We're always told that to get more leads, we need to be everywhere at once. But what if that's the very thing holding you back from building a predictable, profitable pipeline? Let's talk about a much smarter way to approach lead generation.
So, let me ask you a question. Does this feel familiar? Is your team trying to be on every single channel? Chasing leads on LinkedIn, running PPC ads, sending cold emails, maybe even showing up at trade shows?
Well, if you're nodding along, I want you to seriously consider that this exact strategy, this frantic chase across every channel you can think of, might be your biggest mistake.
The thing is, we're all stuck in what I like to call the lead generation maze. We've got more options than ever before, but as you're about to see, more isn't always better. In fact, it's often worse.
I mean, just look at this. This chart tells the whole story. Email is almost universal. Pretty much everyone's doing it. Social media is right behind. But look at how it trickles down from there. The real problem this picture shows us is that businesses are stretched incredibly thin, trying to manage a half dozen different things, often with no real, solid reason why. And this slide brilliantly illustrates the result of that chaos. Just look at these numbers. Thought leadership and SEO deliver a staggering 748% ROI over 3 years. Now compare that to PPC at just 36%. But here's the trap, right? PPC gives you results in 1 month, so it feels productive. We chase that quick win. But the data shows it's a really bad trade-off in the long run. Picking channels at random without a strategy is basically like playing the lottery with your marketing budget.
So, this brings us to the most important part of this whole thing. We need to reframe the problem. It isn't about which channel you should pick. The real problem is the lack of a system connecting them all. And you're not alone in this. This stat from HubSpot just proves it. More than 60% of marketers say this is their #1 challenge. Now, that's not because they're bad at their jobs. It's because the whole approach is fundamentally flawed from the start.
And here it is. This is the big mistake we all tend to make. We see LinkedIn, our email list, our ads. We see them all as separate things. An isolated tactic here, a campaign there. But what we need to do is see them as interconnected parts of a single powerful engine. An engine designed from the ground up to attract and convert the right people. Okay, so what does this engine actually look like? Well, let's talk about the solution. It's what we call the modern smart funnel. This is the thing that drives predictable, sustainable growth.
Now, at its core, a lead generation funnel is really just a system. It's a strategic process. It's all about guiding your ideal customers on a journey. From the very first moment they ever hear about you to the moment they decide to become a customer, it's methodical. It's not random. And let me tell you, the funnel itself has evolved so much. The old way, it was manual, it was static, and it was totally one-size-fits-all. We just blast everyone with the same generic message. The new AI-powered funnel is a completely different animal. It uses predictive targeting, it serves up dynamic, personalized content, and it automates all the nurturing. It doesn't just work, it actually thinks and adapts in real time. So how does this engine actually work? Simple. It has 4 key stages. First, you attract your ideal customers with great content. Think of this as your beacon. Then, you capture their info with a smart offer. That's your digital handshake. Next, and this is so important, you nurture them. You build trust by automatically sending personalized, helpful follow-ups. And finally, you convert them, guiding them to take that next step. See? Each stage just flows right into the next.
Now, I know that might sound like a lot to build from scratch, so let's just focus on the single most important first step you can take, like today. And it all comes down to optimizing the very front door of your entire system.
So what is that front door? Well, for most of us in the B2B world, it's our LinkedIn profile. As one source here puts it so bluntly, if your profile is an afterthought, it's just not going to help you. In today's world, when someone sees your ad or gets your email, what's the first thing they do? They look you up. Your profile is your first impression.
All right, so here's your immediate takeaway. Your headline, it needs to scream value, not just list your job title. Your About section needs to tell a story that connects directly with your ideal customer's problems. And, critically, you need a clear call to action, a link to something valuable that actually pulls people into that capture stage of your funnel. This isn't just a profile anymore. Think of it as a dedicated landing page.
Okay, so let's wrap this all up. Remember, effective lead generation is not just a collection of random tactics. It's a single, cohesive system. So I want to leave you with this one question. If you look at your funnel as a complete engine,
Attract, capture, nurture, and convert. What is the single weakest link in your system right now? Because whatever that is, that's where you start.